That's the thing about him that I find the most fascinating is his ability to forgive, having his jailers at his inauguration, insisting that the staff at the Capitol did not change, even though many of them had been part of an apartheid, oppressive, racist system. Having known him, where did that strength come from? I think a lot of us are not willing to forgive people for far, far less. How was he able to do that?
You know, I don't know. I didn't know him before he went into prison. Obviously, that was before my time in politics or government. But I presume that all the time he was in prison, his attitude then even was to resolve differences with the apartheid oppressors in a peaceful way and not by resorting to violence or revolution or armed resistance. So it may be that this was a part of his character from the very beginning, with which I'm not familiar. But there's no doubt that ever since he's been in the public eye, he's been almost absolutely undeviating in his ability to forgive people who had hurt him personally and hurt his people that he loved. And that was a Nelson Mandela that I knew all the many, many times that I have been with him. And so I'm very grateful for that. I remember once, by the way, when I went to visit Nelson in his home, my grandson, whose name is Jason Carter, was in the Peace Corps in South Africa. And Jason heard that I was going to meet Nelson Mandela. So Jason called me on the phone, and he calls me Papa. He said, Papa, let me go with you to meet Nelson Mandela because I always wanted to meet someone who went to prison before they were in public office. So because of that humorous remark, I took Jason to meet with me. And at the time, when I had about half an hour's worth of really important things I wanted to discuss with Nelson Mandela. And since Jason spoke Zulu fluently, and that was Nelson Mandela's local language, home language, they spent their half an hour talking to each other in Zulu and pretty well ignored me, the former president of the United States. So we've had some good times with Nelson, and also, obviously, recently, some sad times as he went into isolation and suffered so long. His wife, by the way, is one of our heroes. She's also a member of the elders, and she's been very active. She's a hero for women and women's rights around the world, and she's now working on the next Millennium Goals for the United Nations to be put into effect after the year 2015.